I feel like it's very important to, I mean, you can cycle, but you can't stay there.
Yeah.
And I mean, sometimes I look at my life now as, writer, TED speaker, inspirational Amanda Palmer. And I could if I wanted to be an asshole, I could ride that wave for 10 years and like go around doing doing speaking engagements and podcasts and writing 3 more books about crowdfunding as like the magical musician who like cracked the code and figured out how to, and like that's so boring.
Yeah.
I feel like
easy.
It's easy and it feels inauthentic.
Yeah,
like
I mean,
you're only allowed to. I feel like you're only allowed to reflect for a certain. You have this grace period, and then you have to go out and keep doing shit. You can't just keep reflecting on your past.
It feels like the book should be right. Here's the full stop on what's happened here. Here's wow. There's been some shit going on. There's been a lot going on. I've now explained it all. Is there ever that element of wanting to say to people, just read the book, and then we don't need to have this discussion any longer. We don't need to, it's finished there. It's all explained. So we don't need this.
Pretty much, actually. And I mean, and the TED Talk felt like it was supposed to be that.
Yeah.
Because I went through a year of internet controversy.
Yeah.
And it was just like, I just felt like I was getting my face punched in once a week by one thing or another.
Man, it's real humans out there. It's a real human behind that screen.
I was offered the TED Talk, and I was like, this is the perfect opportunity to kind of put a punctuation mark on.
The right to reply, essentially, and say
I'm going to get on the world stage. I'm going to try to explain to you once and for all who I am, what I believe, and how I think this can work. And then I can be done.
How was that? How was the TED Talk? Obviously, it went down amazingly, but beforehand, was there ever a point of realisation, right, I've done years of going out in front of my crowd, and that, they're there for me, they're there to embrace me. That isn't what this is. This is a separate thing. I'm a speaker to these people. I'm not... Obviously, I am Amanda Palmer, but I'm not that.
But
it's
none
not
of
that
those
situation.
people knew me.
Yeah,
they were strangers.
This is me going out now and having to get everything into this moment. And again, the beauty of your own live shows with your own fans is there's a shorthand there. There's a knowledge of history, a knowledge of who you are. Right. I don't need to explain that it's okay that I'm naked at the moment or anything like that. It's explained throughout the history of your work. Whereas that's a new thing right now.
Right. I mean, and it's not just that I was speaking. I mean, the TED conference itself is like 1,500 tech billionaires, basically.
Yeah.
Which I didn't even really fully grasp until I got there.
It's probably
and
for
I
the
was
best.
like, oh my God, there you are. You're Al Gore and Jeff Bezos and like the other Illuminati. But the thing about the TED Talk that wouldn't have worked and wouldn't have happened if I hadn't gone through like the battering ram of internet controversy is I felt so deeply misunderstood.
Yeah.
And every time controversy erupted of like Amanda Palmer shouldn't be using Kickstarter, Amanda Palmer shouldn't be asking her fans to volunteer, Amanda Palmer shouldn't be writing poems about the Boston bomber, Amanda Palmer, and I was just like, well, actually, like when I set out to do all of these things, I had no idea that you would misunderstand this.
Yeah.
I just was sort of like rolling along my merry way, going like, oh, well, use Kickstarter. Oh, I'll do these things that I always do, and it was sort of the growing pains of being exposed to the wider world and going, holy fuck, I had no idea that you guys didn't think like me.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how much of a fucking bubble I lived in with my crazy, compassionate, art fag hippie friends. Like, we really are different.
Everyone does. I mean, it's reflected in every single election. When people are shocked that it didn't go the way they wanted, it's because we generally surround ourselves with like-minded people. Therefore, in our minds, and even though we've got this access to view the opinions of so many people in the world of different opinions, we generally only follow people and engage with people who are like-minded, which is completely natural. But it then makes it, I don't know, I don't think people should be surprised then when you then go,
it's shocking.
All right, I thought the world was one way. It's like, no, your world is that way, and that's beautiful and fine, but that doesn't mean the rest of the world.
And I really was shocked.
Yeah.
At not just that, I mean, I wasn't shocked at the people so far away from me who didn't get it. Yeah. That didn't surprise me. What shocked me was the people right next to me, you know, the other people in the art scene, the other people, the other musicians, you know, the lefty journalists going, we don't understand how you could have compassion for someone, you know, who's a terrorist. Yeah. And going like, oh my God, I actually really didn't know that you guys didn't think this way. But I think I can explain it. Yeah. You know, and this is also where everything came back to street performing. Yeah. And I was like, when you're a street performer for 5 years, and that's how you make your money, and you get out there every day, and you basically trust the universe, and you give your shit away for free, and you put a hat at your feet, you can't help but start realizing that the universe kind of is a certain way. Yeah. And that there is a predictable amount of trust in humanity that you can have. Yeah. And you're the education that happens when you're a street performer is so deep and ingrained once you're out there in the street doing it every fucking day that you just don't doubt it anymore. You sort of take it for granted, and all the other musicians that you hang out with who grew up in that lineage are like, yeah, of course, whatever. No, let's talk about something interesting. Yeah. This piece of fiction is the intro to destruction. This piece of fiction is the intro to destruction. This piece of